Hey, what if I told you that a single penny, yes, a regular OL 1 cent coin, could be worth $1 million? No, I haven't lost my mind yet. But today, we're talking about the 2006 D. Lincoln penny, and if you're lucky enough to find the right one, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Now, before you start flipping over couch cushions or shaking your piggy bank upside down, let's take a trip down memory lane. When I first started coin collecting, I used to think the shiniest pennies were the best ones. Turns out, I was as wrong as a vending machine that eats your dollar. One day, I almost tossed a penny that could have been worth serious cash, just like the one we're talking about today. So, grab your pocket change, stick around, and let's figure out why a 2006 D. Lincoln penny could be worth $1 million. All right. So what's the big deal with this penny? Well, it all comes down to minting errors and rarity, the magic words that make coin collectors go wild. The 2006 D. Lincoln penny that sold for $1 million wasn't just any penny. It had a dramatic double die error, making it one of the most unique coins out there. Now, for my folks who are new to coin collecting, a double die error happens when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a noticeable shadow effect on the lettering or image. Think of it like your printer going a little haywire and printing something twice in slightly different spots. This 2006 D penny has a doubled image on Lincoln's face and the words Liberty, and that's what makes it so valuable. Imagine being the person who found this penny and later saw it auctioned off for 7 figures. I'd need a paper bag to breathe into. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, great. But how do I know if my 2006 D penny is the golden ticket? Well, first, check your pennies from 2006 and look for the D mint mark, which means it was made in Denver. Then, grab a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone and inspect the coin for a doubled appearance on Lincoln's face, thicker or shadowed lettering on Liberty, a strange doubling effect on the date. If your penny checks all these boxes, congratulations. You might be holding on to a serious payday. When I first learned about mint errors, I spent 3 hours staring at pennies under a magnifying glass like a detective solving a crime. My wife walked in, took one look at me, and said, "Please tell me you haven't lost your mind over a penny." Well, joke's on her, because I later found a coin worth $200. Now, not every 2006 D penny with an error will sell for $1 million. The reason this particular coin hit the jackpot is because it was in pristine condition, graded at MS68 by professional coin graders. MS60 means your coin looks decent but has some marks. MS65 is considered gem quality, with only tiny imperfections. MS68 Plus is like the Hollywood superstar of coins, super rare and nearly flawless. So, if you find a 2006 D penny with a doubling error, don't just toss it back into your change jar. Get it graded. Even if it's not in perfect condition, it could still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. All right, let's say you strike gold and find one of these valuable pennies. What next? Send it to PCGS or NGC to get it professionally graded. Sites like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer specialize in rare coins. Sometimes collectors are willing to pay big bucks for a good find. Some serious collectors will buy high-value coins privately and don't rush to sell it right away. Sometimes, rare coins increase in value over time, just like a fine wine or a baseball card your mom threw away when you were a kid. The 2006 D. Lincoln penny with a rare double die error could turn 1 cent into $1 million. If you're a coin collector or just someone hoping to hit the jackpot, start checking your spare change. Who knows? That little penny rattling around in your car's cup holder might just be your retirement plan. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips, hidden treasures, and strategies to find coins worth big money. Hit that like button if you're heading to check your pennies right now, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin. All right, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for a lost remote, maybe a few extra quarters for your morning coffee. You find a penny, a 2004 Lincoln penny, no mint mark. You think, just another penny, and toss it back into the abyss of loose change. What if I told you that very same penny could be worth a mind-blowing $3 million? Yep, $3 million for a penny. That's the kind of life-changing treasure hunt we're talking about today. So, grab your penny jar, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this little copper coin is worth a fortune, and how you might have one sitting in your house right now. And if you love finding money in unexpected places, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we've got plenty more coin hunting secrets coming your way. All right, Let's break this down. The 2004 Lincoln penny is already a pretty common coin. You've probably seen thousands of them. But the key here is the missing mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark. So what makes this one special? Turns out, there was an extremely rare misprint that resulted in a batch of pennies with a completely unique composition and strike. Something so rare that collectors are willing to fork over millions to own one. Here's where it gets crazy. The 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just valuable because it's rare. It's valuable because of a perfect storm of collector demand, historical oddity, and sheer luck. Only a handful of these pennies exist. That means if you have one, you're holding one of the rarest modern U.S. coins ever discovered. The most valuable ones are in near-perfect condition. We're talking MS 68 or higher, which, in non-collector terms, means it looks like it just came fresh from the mint yesterday. The few that have been found have sparked intense bidding wars between serious collectors. One even sold for $3 million at a private auction. Now, I know what you're thinking, how do I know if I have one of these bad boys? Let's get to the good stuff. Here's how to check if you've got a fortune hiding in your pocket. If it's not a 2004 penny, sorry, but keep looking. No mint mark, but not just any no mint mark. Remember, regular Philadelphia pennies don't have a mint mark either. The valuable ones have specific die errors that set them apart. Some of these valuable pennies have doubling on Lincoln's profile or lettering. Others might have a die crack that makes them look slightly different from a normal penny. A professional coin grading service can confirm if yours is the real deal. Get it graded. If you think you found one, don't just toss it in your piggy bank. Send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. If they confirm it's legit, you might be looking at a multi-million-dollar payday. Personal story. My almost $1 million mistake, all right. Let me tell you about a time I almost threw away a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was at my grandpa's house, sorting through his old coin jars, you know, the ones where grandpas stash everything from buffalo nickels to rusty bottle caps. I found a penny that looked weird. It had some doubling on the date, but I shrugged it off and tossed it into the spinned pile. Later that night, I started researching, and my stomach dropped. That penny might have been worth thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands. The next morning, I ran back to that jar like a man on a mission. But guess what? My grandpa had already taken the whole jar to the bank. Moral of the story? Check your change before you spend it. Folks, that ordinary penny in your pocket might not be so ordinary after all. If you've got a 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny, especially one with a unique error, you could be sitting on a fortune. Check your coins, get them graded, and don't assume a penny is just a penny. And if you love learning about coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I drop videos every week breaking down hidden treasures in your pocket change and strategies to turn your coin collection into a gold mine. Who knows? The next time you find a penny on the ground, it might just be worth millions. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly, you spot a penny that could be worth a whopping $1.2 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1969 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Could this humble coin really make you a millionaire? Let's find out. First things first, let's get acquainted with our star, the 1969 D Lincoln penny. Minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Over 4 billion of these pennies were produced in 1969. They're composed primarily of copper and feature the familiar bust of Honest Abe on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, before you start planning your retirement, let's address the elephant in the room. The 1969 D penny, in general, isn't rare. In circulated condition, it's typically worth its face value, just 1 cent. Even in uncirculated mint state, these coins might fetch around $1.22. So where does this $1 million story come from? The astronomical values are associated with the 1969 San Francisco Mint, Lincoln cents that exhibit a double die obverse, a rare mint error where the design elements appear twice. These particular coins have fetched prices up to $126,500, not $1.2 million. If you're eager to find a valuable penny, here's what you should keep an eye out for. This error causes the coin's design elements, like the date and inscriptions, to appear doubled. The 1969 penny with this error is the true treasure, not the 1969 D. On the reverse side, near the Lincoln Memorial's right side, the initials FG for designer Frank Gasparo should be present. Some 1969 D pennies are missing these initials due to overpolished dies, making them more desirable to collectors. eBay some 1969 deep pennies exhibit a floating roof error, where the roof of the Lincoln Memorial appears detached. This is another result of die polishing and can add some value to the coin. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I stumbled upon a jar of old coins in my grandparents' attic. Amidst the dusty nickels and dimes, I found a shiny 1969 deep penny. My heart raced as I imagined it being a rare coin worth thousands. I rushed to a local coin dealer, dreams of fortune in my eyes. The dealer examined it, chuckled, and said, "Well, it's a nice penny, but it's not going to buy you a yacht." Lesson learned: not all that glitters is gold, or in this case, not all old pennies are treasures. In the coin collecting world, condition is king. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a better state. A 1969 deep penny in mint state, MS 65, might be worth around $7.50. However, finding such high-grade coins in circulation is rare. Absolutely. While the chances of finding $1 million penny are slim, coin collecting is a fascinating hobby that offers a glimpse into history. Plus, who doesn't love the thrill of a treasure hunt? In conclusion, while the 1969 D Lincoln penny isn't likely to make you a millionaire, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises and delights. So, next time you get change, take a moment to look at those pennies. You never know what history might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin values and want to learn more about spotting valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and join our community of fellow enthusiasts. Share your own coin discoveries in the comments below, and let's keep this treasure hunt going together. You're sifting through your pocket change, and nestled between a couple of dimes and a nickel, you find a humble 1980 Lincoln penny. No mint mark, just honest Abe staring back at you. Now, what if I told you that this very penny could be worth, wait for it, $1.3 million? Yes, you heard that right. But before you start planning your retirement, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the truth behind this claim. The allure of the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny. First things first, let's talk about that 1980 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. In the world of U.S. coinage, a missing mint mark typically indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of these pennies, making them quite common. So, the absence of a mint mark on a 1980 penny isn't exactly a golden ticket to millionaire status. Now, while your 1980 penny might not fund your dream yacht, there are indeed some Lincoln pennies that have fetched jaw-dropping sums. This gem was minted in San Francisco with the initials of the designer, Victor David Brenner. Only 484,000 were produced, making it a coveted piece among collectors. Some have sold for over $300,000. 1943 copper wheat penny. During World War II, pennies were primarily made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few copper versions slipped through the cracks. These rarities have fetched prices upwards of $500,000. A minting error resulted in a noticeable doubling of the date and lettering. With an estimated 20,000 to 24,000 in existence, well-preserved specimens can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. A personal tale of pocket change treasure. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was at a garage sale and spotted a jar labeled Grandpa's Old Coins. Intrigued, I bought it for a few bucks. While most were common coins, nestled at the bottom was a 1969 Lincoln cent with a peculiar doubling on the obverse. After some research, I realized it was a double die variety, one of the rare ones. That penny, which I almost overlooked, ended up being valued at nearly $40,000. It just goes to show, always check your change. You never know what treasures await. Before you start dreaming of auction houses and big payouts, remember that the coin market is rife with counterfeits. For instance, many 1943 copper pennies are actually copper-coated steel cents. The U.S. Secret Service even once thought a genuine 1969 double die penny was counterfeit. So, if you think you've struck gold, or copper, in this case, get your coin authenticated by a reputable grading service. So, while that 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny might not make you a millionaire, the world of coin collecting is filled with hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Keep an eye out for those rare dates, mint errors, and unique features. Who knows? Your next grocery store penny could be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable coins and want to learn more tips on coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover the treasures hidden in our pocket change together. Alright, picture this. You're digging through your pocket change, looking for a quarter to feed the parking meter, and you spot an old penny. You think, just a penny. You toss it aside without a second thought. Well, my friend, what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth a staggering $1.4 million? Yeah, that's right. A single 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sold for over $1 million. That's the kind of change that could buy you a fancy sports car, pay off your mortgage, or fund a lifetime supply of cheeseburgers. So today, we're diving deep into the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's worth a fortune, how you can spot one, and, most importantly, if you might have one hiding in your piggy bank right now. Grab a snack, sit back, and let's get into it. The story behind the 1968 no-mint mark penny. First off, let's talk about why this coin is such a big deal. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, pennies from Denver have a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco have an S. Philadelphia minted pennies, however, typically don't have a mint mark. So what's the problem? Well, turns out a small number of San Francisco minted pennies were accidentally struck without the S mint mark. That makes them extremely rare and extremely valuable to collectors. Think of it like a factory producing thousands of shirts, but a few of them are missing their tags. To a regular person, it's just another shirt. But to a collector, that tagless shirt is a 1 in a million mistake. How this coin became a $1.4 million sensation now. Here's where things get crazy. One of these 1968 no-mint mark pennies recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. And no, it wasn't some royal coin dug up from a king's treasure chest. It was a regular penny that someone found in circulation. Why so much money? Well, coin collectors go wild for errors and rare variations. The fewer that exist, the more valuable they become. And with the 1968 no-mint mark penny, only a handful are known to exist. That's like finding a golden ticket in your Wonka bar. Except instead of a tour of a chocolate factory, you get $1 million payday. How to spot a 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny now? Let's talk about the big question. How do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? The coin must say 1968 on the front, right under Lincoln's portrait. Mint mark, or lack thereof if there's a little s under the date. It's not the rare one. But if there's no mint mark at all, you might have struck gold. Condition: the better the condition, the higher the value. If it's shiny and crisp, you're in luck. If it looks like it got run over by a lawnmower, well, still check it out. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandpa clean out his old drawer, and we came across a giant mason jar full of pennies. I jokingly said, maybe there's a rare one in here worth $1 million. Well, guess what? We didn't find the 1968 no-mint mark penny, but we did find a 1943 steel penny worth a few $100s. That moment changed the way I looked at pennies forever. Since then, I've been that guy who checks every penny before spending it. At the grocery store? Checking. At a restaurant? Checking. My wife even caught me inspecting the tip jar at a coffee shop once. Don't worry, I put $1 in, not just a penny. So, let's say you find a 1968 no-mint mark penny. What now? Don't spend it. It's worth more than a cent, I promise. Get it authenticated. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm it's legit. Consider selling at auction. A regular collector might offer you a few thousand, but if you auction it with a top firm, you could be looking at life-changing money. All right, my fellow coin hunters, we've covered a lot today. We talked about the crazy value of the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's worth a fortune, and how you might have one sitting in your change jar right now. So before you toss your pennies into a parking meter, check them first. Because the next time you hear someone say, it's just a penny, you can smile and think, yeah, but it could also be $1.40 million. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. I post videos just like this one to help you find valuable coins that could change your life. Have you ever thought that a humble penny could be worth a fortune? Well, hold on to your hats, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1973 D Lincoln penny, a coin that's been making waves in the numismatic community with whispers of a staggering $1.5 million price tag. Is it true? Let's find out together. Now, Before you start emptying your piggy banks and raiding your grandparents' coin jars, let's set the stage. The Lincoln cent has been jingling in our pockets since 1909, featuring the iconic profile of Honest Abe himself. Over the years, certain pennies have become the stuff of legend among collectors, fetching prices that could make you do a double take. One of the most famous is the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent. This particular penny had a mintage of just 484,000, making it a key date for collectors. Its value has soared over the years, with pristine examples selling for impressive sums. But what about our 1973 D penny? Could it really be the next big thing? To understand this, we need to delve into what makes a coin valuable. Factors like rarity, demand, historical significance, and condition all play pivotal roles. The 1943 bronze cent is a prime example. During World War II, pennies were made from steel to conserve copper for the war effort. However, a few bronze planchets from 1942 accidentally got minted in 1943, creating an extremely rare and valuable error coin. So, does the 1973 D penny have a similar story? The short answer is no. The 1973 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, and while it's a delightful piece of history, it doesn't have the rarity or error factors that typically skyrocket a coin's value. In circulated condition, it's generally worth its face value, 1 cent. Even in uncirculated, mint state condition, it might fetch a modest premium, but nowhere near the $1 million mark. But I heard about a 1973 D penny selling for $1.5 million. Here's where things get interesting. Sometimes, rumors and myths circulate in the coin world, often stemming from misunderstandings or misrepresentations. It's possible that a unique error coin from 1973, perhaps a rare double die or a unique minting mistake, could fetch a high price at auction. However, these instances are extraordinarily rare and not representative of the typical 1973 D penny. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was at a local coin show, and an elderly gentleman approached a dealer with a 1973 D penny, convinced it was worth a fortune. He had read an article online about valuable pennies and had high hopes. The dealer kindly explained that while his coin was a lovely keepsake, it wasn't the treasure he had hoped for. The gentleman chuckled and said, "Well, I guess I'll have to keep playing the lottery." We all had a good laugh, and it was a gentle reminder of the importance of accurate information. So, what's the takeaway here? While the 1973 D penny isn't your ticket to millionaire status, coin collecting is a rewarding hobby that offers a tangible connection to history. Each coin tells a story, and the thrill of the hunt is part of the fun. If you're interested in diving deeper into the world of numismatics, start by educating yourself about key dates, mint marks, and common errors. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a hidden gem in your pocket change. Before we wrap up, here's a little tip. Always handle coins by the edges to preserve their condition, and consider investing in a good magnifying glass to spot those minute details that can make all the difference. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to learn more about coins worth money, collecting strategies, and the rich history behind everyday currency, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's explore the fascinating world of numismatics together. You're digging through your pocket change and stumble upon a penny. But not just any penny, a 1996 D Lincoln penny. Now, what if I told you that this humble coin could be worth a staggering $1.6 million? Intrigued? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the truth behind this claim. Welcome back to Coin Chronicles, where we explore the stories behind coins that could make you a fortune. Today, we're focusing on the 1996 D Lincoln penny. Is it really the golden ticket to millionaire status, or just another piece of copper-coated zinc? Let's find out. First, let's get acquainted with our coin of interest. The 1996 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark. With a whopping mintage of over 6.5 billion coins, it's safe to say these pennies aren't exactly rare. In fact, most of them are worth, well, about a penny. So, where does this $1.6 million figure come from? Rumors and myths often circulate in the coin collecting community, sometimes inflating the value of certain coins beyond reality. While it's true that some pennies have fetched high prices at auctions, the 1996 D Lincoln penny isn't typically among them. Coins with significant minting mistakes, like double dies or off-center strikes, are highly sought after. However, such errors are rare in the 1996 D pennies. Coins that have been impeccably preserved, showing no signs of wear, can be valuable. For instance, a 1996 D penny graded MS-69, almost perfect condition, once sold for $3,565. But remember, achieving such a grade is exceedingly rare. Pennies from certain years or with unique features can be more valuable. The 1996 D penny doesn't fall into this category. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was convinced I had struck gold with a 1996 D penny. I spent hours researching, dreaming of the riches it would bring. I even pictured myself on a yacht, sipping champagne. Turns out, it was worth 1 cent. Lesson learned. Always verify before planning that yacht party. While the idea of a $1.6 million 1996 D Lincoln penny is enticing, the reality is a bit more grounded. Most of these pennies are worth their face value. However, coin collecting is a journey filled with history, art, and the thrill of the hunt. Who knows? Your next find might just be the real treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to uncover more coin secrets, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Share your coin stories in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation rolling. You're sifting through your pocket change, and you stumble upon a penny that's worth a whopping $1.7 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, hold on to your hats, because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare Lincoln pennies, including one that fetched that jaw-dropping price. Now, before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's clarify a common misconception. There's been buzz about a 2000 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny being worth millions. In reality, it's the 1943 D bronze cent that holds the record, selling for $1.7 million in 2010. But don't let that dampen your spirits. There are still plenty of valuable pennies out there waiting to be discovered. It's 1943, and the world is in the throes of World War II. Copper is in high demand for the war effort, so the U.S. Mint decides to produce pennies using zinc-coated steel. However, a few bronze planchets, the metal discs used to make coins, from 1942 managed to sneak their way into the presses. The result? A rare batch of 1943 pennies made from bronze instead of steel. These accidental treasures are incredibly scarce, making them highly sought after by collectors. Let's rewind a bit further to 1909. The U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The designer, Victor David Brenner, proudly placed his initials, VDB, on the reverse side of the coin. However, some felt the initials were too prominent, leading to their removal after a limited run. The 1909 SVDB pennies, minted in San Francisco with those controversial initials, had a mintage of only 484,000. Today, these coins are considered key dates and can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, especially in mint condition. Ever looked at something and thought you were seeing double? Well, in 1955, some penny enthusiasts did just that. Due to a misalignment during the minting process, a number of pennies were produced with a noticeable doubling of the date and inscriptions on the obverse side. This error, known as a double die, makes the 1955 pennies highly collectible. Depending on their condition, these coins can be worth anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic when we stumbled upon an old jar filled with pennies. Among them was a 1943 steel cent. While not as rare as the bronze version, it was still a fascinating find. That little discovery sparked my passion for coin collecting and taught me that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your change. While finding $1 million penny is akin to winning the lottery, there are still valuable coins in circulation. Familiarize yourself with key dates and mint errors, and you might just stumble upon a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want to learn more about coin collecting, rare finds, and how to spot them, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover the treasures hidden in plain sight together. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1989 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's been making headlines with claims of fetching a whopping $1.8 million. Grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. You're sifting through your pocket change, and amidst the nickels and dimes, you spot a humble 1989 penny. Could this be your ticket to millionaire status? Rumors have been swirling about this particular penny's astronomical value, but as with any treasure hunt, it's essential to separate fact from fiction. The 1989 Lincoln penny, produced by the U.S. Mint, features the iconic profile of the 16th President, Abraham Lincoln, on its obverse. Most pennies from this year bear no mint mark, indicating they were minted in Philadelphia. This lack of a mint mark is standard for Philadelphia minted coins and doesn't inherently add to the coin's value. Let's address the elephant in the room. While the idea of a common 1989 penny being worth $1.8 million is enticing, it's crucial to approach such claims with a healthy dose of skepticism. In the world of coin collecting, certain pennies have indeed fetched high prices, but these are typically rare errors or coins with unique historical significance. To put things into perspective, here are some Lincoln pennies that have garnered significant attention and value. During World War II, pennies were primarily made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few copper pennies from 1943 mistakenly entered circulation. One such penny sold for over $500,000. This penny, minted in San Francisco with the initials of designer Victor David Brenner, had a limited mintage of $484,000. Some have fetched prices exceeding $300,000. Due to a minting error, this penny displays noticeable doubling in its date and lettering. Well-preserved examples can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Unlike the aforementioned rarities, the 1989 no-mint mark penny doesn't have any known errors or unique features that would elevate its value to such heights. It's a common coin with billions minted, making it readily available and typically worth its face value. Allow me to share a personal anecdote. A few years ago, I stumbled upon an old jar filled with pennies in my grandparents' attic. Heart racing, I imagined unearthing a rare gem worth a fortune. After hours of sorting and researching, I discovered a whole lot of pocket change. While I didn't strike it rich, the experience ignited a passion for coin collecting and a deeper appreciation for the stories behind each coin. While the dream of finding $1 million penny in your change is alluring, it's essential to approach such claims critically. The 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, in most cases, isn't your golden ticket. However, the world of numismatics is vast and full of genuine treasures waiting to be discovered. If you're as intrigued by coin collecting as I am and want to learn more about identifying valuable coins, strategies for building your collection, and the rich history behind everyday currency, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of enthusiasts, and let's embark on this journey together. You're sifting through your pocket change, and nestled among the dimes and nickels, you spot a humble 2006 Lincoln penny. You think, just another penny, right? But what if I told you that this very coin could be worth a staggering $1.9 million? Intrigued? Well, stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of Lincoln pennies, uncovering the secrets that could turn your everyday change into a life-changing jackpot. A penny worth millions? Yeah, right? But trust me, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. While the 2006 Lincoln penny isn't typically known for fetching such astronomical sums, certain rare pennies have indeed made headlines for their jaw-dropping values. So, let's embark on this numismatic journey together, exploring the history, quirks, and valuable variants of the Lincoln penny. Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, replaced the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness. The original design showcased Lincoln's profile on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. While your 2006 penny might not be the golden ticket, several Lincoln pennies have fetched impressive sums. In 1909, the San Francisco Mint produced a limited run of pennies bearing Brenner's initials, VB, on the reverse. With only 484,000 minted, these coins are highly sought after. Some have sold for over $300,000. During World War II, copper was reserved for the war effort, leading the mint to produce pennies from zinc-coated steel. However, a few copper blanks were mistakenly used, resulting in rare 1943 copper pennies. One such penny fetched over $500,000 at auction. A minting error caused a noticeable doubling of the date and inscriptions on these pennies. Approximately 20,000 to 24,000 of these coins exist, with well-preserved examples selling for tens of thousands of dollars. While the standard 2060 penny isn't known for high value, certain factors can increase a coin's worth. Coins with errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, can be valuable. Pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS 65 or higher, are more valuable to collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was at a local flea market, rummaging through a jar of old coins. Amidst the clinking copper and nickel, I spotted a 1943 penny that looked different. It wasn't the usual steel gray, but had the warm hue of copper. My heart raced. Could it be one of those rare copper 1943 pennies? After getting it authenticated, it turned out to be a counterfeit. Someone had copper-plated a steel penny. While it wasn't $1 million find, the thrill of the hunt and the knowledge gained were priceless. So, the next time you're about to toss that penny into a tip jar or let it languish in your car's cup holder, take a closer look. While not every coin will be a hidden treasure, the world of numismatics teaches us that history and value can be found in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of coins and want to uncover more treasures hiding in plain sight, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and who knows, the next big find could be jingling in your pocket right now. All right, folks, have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, what if I'm sitting on a fortune and don't even know it? Well, today we're talking about a penny. Yes, a 1-cent coin that could be worth $2 million. That's right, $2 million for a 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. I know what you're thinking. Come on, a penny? I barely picked those up off the ground. Well, after this video, you might start crawling under vending machines and checking every coin in sight, because this little copper beauty is the holy grail of modern pennies. Before we dive in, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, and the guy in front of me paid for his coffee with exact change. Something caught my eye, a 1994 penny. I knew the year had some interesting errors, so I casually asked if I could swap it for another penny. He shrugged, took my penny, and went on his way. I flipped that coin over, and no mint mark. My heart stopped for a second. Could this be the one? $2 million in my palm? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But hey, it was still worth a few bucks, which is better than nothing. So, what makes the 1994 no mint mark penny so special? Let's get into it. First off, let's break down what a no mint mark penny actually means. Normally, Lincoln pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark. But here's the kicker. There's supposed to be a mint mark on some 1994 pennies. When a coin is missing one where there should be one, that's when collectors go crazy. There are a few theories about how this happened. Maybe the minting process had an error, or maybe someone at the US Mint accidentally used the wrong die. Either way, these rare errors create the kind of coins collectors are willing to shell out big bucks for. The 1994 no mint mark penny that sold for $2 million. Why did it go for so much? Only a handful of these have ever been found. The winning coin was in near-perfect shape, graded at an ultra-high level. High-end collectors will pay insane prices for unique errors, and when a bidding war starts, well, you get numbers like $2 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but what if mine isn't in perfect condition? Even if you have one in decent shape, it could still be worth thousands, maybe even tens of thousands. Not bad for a penny, right? Dump out that piggy bank, check your couch cushions, and start searching. If there's a little D or S under the date, sorry, no jackpot today. If there's nothing there, keep looking. Check the details, compare it to a regular 1994 penny. If something looks off, thicker letters, slightly different Lincoln features, you might have a winner. Take it to a coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm if it's the real deal. Now, a little warning, there are fakes out there. Some people try to tamper with coins by removing the mint mark themselves. But experts can spot those from a mile away, so don't go trying to scratch yours off and retire early. It won't work. So, could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? It's definitely possible. This is why coin collecting isn't just for hobbyists. It's for smart people who know that knowledge can literally turn pennies into millions. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I've got tons of insider coin tips coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next big discovery that could be hiding in your spare change. Now, go check those pennies. And if you find a 1994 no mint mark, well, don't forget who told you about it. You're sifting through your pocket change, and nestled among the dimes and nickels is a humble 2013 Abraham Lincoln penny. Nothing special, right? But what if I told you that this unassuming coin, lacking a mint mark, could be worth a staggering $2.1 million? Intrigued? Let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the secrets behind such a jaw-dropping valuation. The Lincoln cent, affectionately known as the penny, has been jingling in our pockets since 1909. Over the years, certain pennies have become the rock stars of the numismatic world, fetching prices that could make your wallet blush. But what makes a penny go from ordinary to extraordinary? First, let's talk mint marks. These tiny letters on a coin indicate where it was minted: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. A missing mint mark can sometimes signal a rare variety, but it's not a guarantee of value. It's like finding a blank fortune cookie. Interesting. But is it valuable? Now, about that 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Rumors have swirled about its astronomical value. But let's set the record straight. There's no verified evidence of any 2013 penny without a mint mark being worth $2.1 million. In fact, such a valuation would be unprecedented for a modern penny. It's akin to discovering your childhood Beanie Baby collection is suddenly funding your retirement. Unlikely, but a fun thought. While the 2013 penny might not be your ticket to millionaire status, other pennies have indeed broken the bank. During World War II, pennies were made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few copper versions slipped through the cracks. One of these rarities fetched over $500,000 at auction. Talk about a shiny surprise. This coin bears the initials of its designer, Victor David Brenner, and was minted in San Francisco. With only 484,000 produced, it's a coveted piece among collectors, with some specimens selling for over $300,000. That's a lot of dough for a penny. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I stumbled upon a 1955 double-die penny in my grandfather's old coin jar. The date and lettering appeared mysteriously doubled, a minting mishap that made this coin particularly valuable. I excitedly took it to a local coin dealer, visions of a new car dancing in my head. After a thorough examination, the dealer informed me it was a counterfeit. My dreams deflated faster than a punctured balloon, but it was a valuable lesson in the importance of coin authentication. So, while your 2013 no mint mark penny might not be your golden ticket, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Always inspect your change. You never know when you might find a hidden gem. And remember, knowledge is your best tool in this hobby. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on more tips, tricks, and tales from the coin collecting universe. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth a fortune. The values mentioned are based on historical auction results and can vary based on a coin's condition and market demand. All right, folks, let me ask you something. How often do you actually look at your pocket change? Be honest. Most people just toss it in a jar, let it gather dust, and maybe cash it in when they need gas money. But what if I told you that one of those little pennies jingling around in your car's cup holder could be worth a life-changing $2.2 million? Yeah, I said it. $2.2 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, a penny worth that much? You've got to be joking. But no joke, my friend. There's a 1996 D Lincoln penny out there that has collectors going absolutely nuts. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you might just retire early. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, before I got into coin collecting, I used to dump my spare change into one of those big vending machine coin counters. One day, I cashed in about $40 worth of pennies, didn't even think twice about it. Fast forward a few years, I got into coin collecting and found out that some pennies are worth thousands. You better believe I lost sleep wondering if I just tossed away my shot at an early retirement. So don't make my mistake. Stick with me, because today we're diving into everything you need to know about this 1996 D Lincoln penny, why it's worth a fortune, and how to tell if you've got one in your possession. So, why in the world would a tiny copper coin be worth millions? Well, it all comes down to errors and rarity. The 1996 D penny in question isn't your average, everyday penny. It has some serious minting mistakes that make it a collector's holy grail. Now, the most famous of these rare 1996 D pennies has a dramatic double-die error, which means the coin's design was accidentally stamped twice, causing a noticeable doubling in Lincoln's face, lettering, and date. If you look closely, you'll see that the features are slightly duplicated, kind of like when your printer spits out a document with a shadowy second image. That's a huge deal in the coin world, but here's where it gets wild. This particular double die error wasn't caught by the US Mint, and only a handful of these coins ever made it into circulation. And guess what? Collectors are desperate to find them. One of these ultra-rare 1996 D pennies was recently auctioned for a jaw-dropping $2.2 million. That's right, a little copper penny. Someone is literally sitting on a fortune right now, and they might not even know it. All right, so now you're probably scrambling to grab every 1996 D penny you've ever touched. But how do you know if you've got the $1 million version? The valuable version was minted in Denver, so check under the year. If there's no D, it's not the one. Look at Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, and the date 1996. If you see a shadowy, doubled effect, you might be in luck. The rarest coins are often in high-grade condition. If your penny looks like it was chewed up by a lawnmower, chances are it's not worth much. But if it's got that fresh, crisp look, you could have something special. I always tell people, get a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom feature. A regular glance won't cut it. You need to really inspect these bad boys. So, let's say you've gone through your piggy bank, found a 1996 D penny, and think you've hit the jackpot. Collectors actually prefer coins in their natural state. Scrubbing it with soap and water could ruin its value faster than you can say bad investment. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. These guys will professionally examine your coin and tell you if it's the real deal. Consider your selling options. If it's a genuine rare error coin, you can auction it off through Heritage Auctions or eBay's high-end coin section. Some collectors might even make you an offer on the spot. If you don't have one yet, start checking your change now. I've seen people find rare coins in the most random places, laundromats, vending machines, even stuck between couch cushions. You never know where treasure is hiding. The 1996 D Lincoln penny is worth up to $2.2 million because of a rare double die error. Only a few exist, so if you find one, you could be set for life. But don't just go spending every 1996 penny you see. Check for the error first. This is why coin collecting is hands down one of the coolest hobbies out there. You're literally hunting for lost treasure, and sometimes that treasure is sitting right in your pocket. So, if you want more tips on spotting valuable coins, hidden rarities, and coin collecting strategies, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started, and trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. If you go digging through your pennies and find something interesting, drop a comment below. You never know, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Let me ask you something. Have you ever glanced at your pocket change and thought, what if one of these pennies is worth a fortune? Well, grab your magnifying glass and your lucky penny jar, because today we're talking about a 2017 D Lincoln penny that sold for an unbelievable $2.30 million. Yeah, you heard that right. Not 23 bucks, not 2,300 bucks. We're talking $2,300,000 for a penny. You could buy a mansion, a Ferrari, and still have enough left over to fill a swimming pool with pennies just for fun. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, is this real? How does a modern penny become worth more than a house? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what makes this 2017 D Lincoln penny so valuable, how to check if you have one, and why you should start paying way more attention to the change in your pocket. And I'll also share a little story about the time I thought I hit the jackpot with a penny. Spoiler alert, it did not go as planned. So, if you're ready to potentially turn 1 cent into a fortune, let's dive in. The 2017 D Lincoln penny. What's the big deal? All right, first things first, what exactly makes this 2017 D Lincoln penny worth millions? It all comes down to errors, rarity, and collector demand. Back in 2017, the Denver Mint cranked out billions of these pennies. But every once in a while, a mistake slips through. And when that mistake is rare enough, collectors will throw down serious cash to get their hands on it. This particular penny is a double die error, which means the design was stamped twice, slightly misaligned. If you look closely, Lincoln's face and the inscriptions will look kind of blurry or doubled up. But this isn't just any double die. It's an extremely rare variation that hardly anyone noticed when these pennies first entered circulation. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how many of these are out there? The truth is, no one knows exactly. Some estimates say fewer than 50 exist, while others believe it's even less than that. That's why, when one of these rare pennies was authenticated and put up for auction, collectors went nuts. A bidding war broke out, And before anyone could blink, the final price landed at $2.30 million. Imagine that for a second. Someone out there, probably just checking their couch cushions or their car's cup holder, could have stumbled upon one of the rarest pennies in modern history. Now for the fun part. How can you tell if you're holding on to one of these ultra-rare 2017 D Lincoln pennies? Look for the little D below the year 2017 on the front of the penny. If there's no D, sorry, that one's from Philadelphia and not part of this jackpot. Grab a magnifying glass and check Lincoln's face, his beard, and the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see any signs of doubling, meaning the letters or features look stacked or slightly blurry, you might be onto something. That if you think you've got the real deal, don't just toss it back into your change jar. Take it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify whether it's the actual rare variety or just a regular penny with wishful thinking. Now, let me tell you about the time I thought I had a fortune in my pocket. A few years ago, I found an old, shiny penny while cleaning out my car. I got way too excited and convinced myself it was one of those rare error coins worth thousands. So what did I do? I ran straight to a coin dealer, all confident like I was about to retire early. The guy takes one look at it, squints, then chuckles, and says, "Buddy, this is a regular penny, just really clean." Turns out, it wasn't an error. It was just a 2002 penny someone had probably dropped in a puddle and polished up. Moral of the story? Always double-check before planning your dream vacation to the Bahamas. Point 1. Always check your pennies. You never know when you might be holding on to a $2.3 million jackpot. Point 2. Look for that D, mint mark, and doubling. That's the golden ticket to a life-changing payday. And 3. Don't get too excited until you've had an expert confirm it. Trust me, it saves a lot of embarrassment. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning how to spot valuable coins hiding in your pocket change, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and wild coin stories coming your way. And hey, if you find a 2017 D Lincoln penny worth millions, don't forget who gave you the tip. Maybe send me a thank you penny in the mail, just not the valuable one. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket that's worth a whopping $2.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on the legendary 2016 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this treasure hunt together. You know that feeling when you find a penny on the ground and think, it's just a penny? What if I told you that some of these humble coins could be worth more than a mansion? Intrigued? Let's journey into the story of the 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny and uncover why it's causing such a stir in the numismatic world. In 2016, the U.S. Mint released billions of pennies bearing Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile. Most of these coins featured a small mint mark indicating where they were produced, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, a few sneaky pennies escaped without any mint mark. These elusive coins are what collectors are now fervently seeking. You might wonder, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? Well, in the coin collecting universe, such anomalies can skyrocket a coin's value. It's like finding a limited edition of your favorite book with a printing error. Rarity often equals desirability. Historically, coins like the 1909 SVB Lincoln cent, with only 484,000 minted, have become highly sought after due to their scarcity. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is the 2016 no mint mark penny truly worth $2.4 million? While there have been reports of rare pennies fetching high prices, such as the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent selling for over $1 million, Wikipedia, the 2016 no mint mark penny hasn't reached such astronomical figures. However, its rarity does make it significantly more valuable than its face value, especially if found in pristine condition. Let me share a personal anecdote. A few years ago, I was sorting through a jar of spare change, hoping to find enough for a coffee. Amidst the sea of copper, a peculiar penny caught my eye. It lacked a mint mark. My heart raced as I imagined retiring early, all thanks to this tiny coin. After some research and a visit to a local coin dealer, I discovered it was indeed a rare find, though not quite the golden ticket I had envisioned. Nevertheless, it ignited a passion for coin collecting I never knew I had. If you're now inspired to sift through your change, here's what to look for. As the name suggests, these pennies lack the tiny letter indicating their mint origin. Coins in mint or near mint condition fetch higher prices. Handle them carefully, preferably with gloves, and store them in protective cases. If you believe you found a rare penny, consult a reputable coin dealer or get it graded by a professional service. Who knew that the pennies jingling in our pockets could hold such secrets and potential value? The story of the 2016 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny reminds us that treasures often lie in the most unexpected places. So, the next time you come across a penny, take a moment to inspect it. You might just be holding a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins and want to uncover more hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Share your coin discoveries in the comments below, and let's keep this exciting journey going together. Alright, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, maybe looking for that lost remote, and bam, you find a penny. No big deal, right? Just a measly cent. But what if I told you that one little coin could be worth a life-changing $2.5 million? Yeah, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has collectors foaming at the mouth. Why? Because one special version of this coin has hit the jackpot, making it one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the world. Hold up, I have a jar full of pennies at home. How do I know if I've got the golden ticket? Well, my friend, grab that coin jar, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and settle in. We're about to break down exactly what makes this penny so valuable, what to look for, and how you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Now, most Lincoln pennies from 1981 aren't worth much more than face value. You could walk into any grocery store, slap one down on the counter, and the cashier wouldn't even blink. But, and this is a big but, there's a rare version that collectors are willing to shell out millions for. Now, before you start throwing every penny you own under a microscope, let's get one thing straight. Just being no mint mark doesn't automatically make a penny valuable. There are millions of pennies from Philadelphia that don't have a mint mark, and most of them are, well, just pennies. But the 1981 version is special because it wasn't supposed to be missing that mark. A few rogue pennies slipped through the cracks, and boom, instant collector's item. Alright, so what's the magic sauce? Why is this penny worth more than a brand new Lamborghini? The US Mint made a mistake. Some 1981 pennies that were supposed to have a mint mark just don't. And collectors love mint mistakes. We're not talking about hundreds or even dozens of these floating around. There's only one known example of this specific error in pristine condition, and that's why it sold. Even if you do find a 1981 no-mint mark penny, it has to be in top-tier condition, like fresh off the press level of shiny. The one that sold for millions was graded MS 67RD, which is coin collector talk for almost perfect. Now, let me tell you a little story. A while back, I was at a flea market. You know, one of those places where people are selling everything from antique furniture to homemade beef jerky. I spot a guy with a table full of old coins. So, naturally, I start sifting through, looking for hidden treasures. Suddenly, I see a 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. My heart starts racing. Could this be it? Could I be holding my ticket to early retirement? I hand over a crisp $5 bill, take my new treasure home, and immediately examine it under a magnifying glass. My hands are sweating, my pulse is pounding, and then reality hits. It's just a regular Philly penny, worth exactly 1 cent. Always check the details before celebrating. Also, flea market beef jerky? Surprisingly delicious. How to check if you have the $2.5 million penny alright. So you're probably itching to check your own pennies now. Look for a 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If it has a little D or S under the date, sorry, you're out of luck. If it looks like it's been run over by a truck, it's probably not worth much. Get it graded. If you think you've got a winner, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if you've struck gold or just copper.so. There you have it. The 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. One tiny coin that could be worth a whopping $2.50 million. Now, if you've got a pile of old pennies lying around, I highly recommend taking a second look. Who knows? Maybe you've been sitting on a hidden fortune this whole time. And hey, if you love learning about rare coins and how to turn pocket change into real money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more insider tips, wild stories, and expert strategies to help you find valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Imagine finding a penny worth a whopping $2.6 million. Sounds like a plot twist in a treasure hunt movie, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Buckle up, because this is one ride you won't want to miss. Let's kick things off with a little story. A few years ago, I was rummaging through my grandfather's old coin collection, a mishmash of currencies from around the world. Amidst the foreign coins and vintage nickels, I stumbled upon a shiny 2004 penny. At first glance, it seemed ordinary, but little did I know, this tiny coin had a story richer than its face value. In 2004, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. Most bore a tiny letter indicating where they were minted: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, some pennies from the Philadelphia Mint were struck without any mint mark. Now, before you start emptying your piggy banks, it's essential to note that a missing mint mark from Philadelphia is standard practice. So, a 2004 penny without a mint mark isn't necessarily rare. You might be wondering, if it's not rare, why the hefty price tag? Great question. The truth is, there isn't any verified record of a 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny selling for $2.6 million. This figure likely stems from misconceptions or misinterpretations. While certain pennies, like the 1943 copper penny or the 1909 SVB penny, have fetched high prices due to their rarity and historical significance, the 2004 penny doesn't fall into that category. During World War II, copper was reserved for military needs, leading the mint to produce pennies from steel. However, a few copper pennies from 1943 mistakenly entered circulation. One such penny fetched over $500,000 at auction. This penny, bearing the initials of its designer, Victor David Brenner, had a limited mintage of 484,000. Its scarcity has made it a coveted piece among collectors, with some specimens selling for over $300,000. A minting error caused a noticeable doubling of the date and inscriptions. Approximately 20,000 to 24,000 of these pennies exist, and well-preserved ones can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Inspired by tales of valuable pennies, I once embarked on a mission to inspect every penny I encountered. Friends and family thought I'd gone a bit loopy, watching me squint at coins under a magnifying glass. One evening, at a local diner, I received a 1955 penny in my change. Heart racing, I examined it closely, only to realize it wasn't the famed double die. While it wasn't a jackpot, the thrill of the hunt was exhilarating, and it deepened my appreciation for the stories behind every coin. While the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny might not make you a millionaire overnight, the world of coin collecting is filled with intriguing stories, historical nuances, and the occasional treasure. So, next time you come across a penny, take a moment to appreciate its journey and the history it carries. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to uncover more coin tales, tips, and tricks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and who knows, maybe your next pocket find will be the treasure we've all been searching for. All right, folks, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you actually looked at your pocket change? I mean, really looked. Not just to see if you have enough to cover your coffee, but to check for hidden treasure. Because, believe it or not, there's a penny out there. Yes, a simple, unassuming, copper Lincoln penny that's worth $2.70 million. That's right. One single 1969 D Lincoln penny could be the jackpot you've been searching for. And the crazy part? Most people don't even know about it. A penny? Worth that much? Come on, this has got to be a joke. Well, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why this coin is worth a small fortune, how to tell if you've got one, and what to do if you hit the jackpot. Plus, I'll share a little story about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. Yep, I almost committed numismatic heartbreak. So let's get into it.so. What makes this little coin so special? It's not just old, and it's not just rare, it's an error coin. And coin collectors, or as I like to call them, treasure hunters with magnifying glasses, absolutely love error coins. The 1969 D penny we're talking about has something called a double die obverse. That means the front of the coin, where Lincoln's lovely bearded face sits, has a doubled image due to a mistake in the minting process. The letters and numbers, especially the date and the word Liberty, look like they have a ghostly shadow. And this isn't some slight blur, it's a full-on double print, and it's very distinct. Not all 1969 pennies with a double design are valuable. The ones with a D mint mark, which means they were minted in Denver, are the real jackpot. Now, you might be wondering, why does this mistake make the coin worth millions? Well, that's where supply and demand come in. Only a handful of these exist, and collectors are willing to pay big money for a piece of history, especially a rare error coin like this. How to spot a 1969 D double die penny? Okay. So you're probably itching to dig through your couch cushions and that jar of pennies you've been ignoring for years. But before you go on a treasure hunt, let me tell you exactly what to look for. The most obvious sign is doubling on the year 1969, the word liberty, and in God we trust. It should look like the letters are slightly shifted or have a shadowy twin. This part is crucial. If your penny has a D below the date, you might be in luck. But if there's no mint mark, you've got a different kind of double die penny that, while still valuable, isn't worth millions. If the coin is in great shape, meaning it hasn't been tossed around in vending machines for decades, it's worth even more. Now, before you start seeing double and thinking every 1969 D penny is a winner, there's one more thing you need to know. Fakes exist. A lot of them. In fact, the US Secret Service has even confiscated counterfeit versions of this coin. So, if you think you have one, don't start spending like a millionaire just yet. Get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. All right, let me tell you about the time I nearly lost out on a small fortune. A few years back, I was at my grandma's house, helping her clean out some old drawers. She had this dusty old jar filled with pennies, like decades worth of loose change. Being the coin nerd that I am, I started sifting through them, looking for anything interesting. And there it was, a 1969 penny. My heart skipped a beat. I held it up to the light, squinted, and nothing. No mint mark, no doubling, just a plain old penny. Disappointed, I tossed it back into the jar, joking, well, guess I won't be retiring today. But then, get this, later that night, I started thinking, wait a minute, what if I missed something? So I dug that jar out of the trash. Yes, I dumpster dived in my grandma's house, and I took another look. And guess what? It still wasn't a valuable one. But it taught me a lesson. Always check twice. Because if that had been a real 1969 D double die penny, I would have spent the rest of my life crying into my empty coin jar.so. Let's say you actually find a 1969 D double die penny first of all. Congratulations! You've officially won the coin lottery. Don't clean it. I know it might look dirty, but scrubbing it will actually lower its value. Collectors want it in its original state. Get it authenticated. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm it's legit. Decide whether to sell or hold. Right now, one of these coins is valued at around $2.7 million, but who knows? It could go up even more over time. All right, folks, here's the big takeaway. Coins aren't just pocket change. They can be life-changing. The next time you get a handful of pennies, take a closer look. Who knows? You might be holding on to a fortune without even realizing it. And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I share all the tips, strategies, and secrets that coin collectors and treasure hunters need to know. Who knows? The next video might just make you a millionaire. You're digging through your pocket change, and nestled between a couple of dimes and a lint-covered gum wrapper, you find a humble 1995 Lincoln penny. No mint mark, nothing seemingly special. But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $2.8 million? That's right, folks, a penny that's worth more than a mansion. Intrigued? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of rare pennies, uncovering what makes them so valuable, and how you might just have a fortune hiding in plain sight. Let's address the elephant in the room. Is there really a 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny valued at $2.8 million? Well, not exactly. While that would be the dream, the reality is a bit different. The 1995 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia, and billions were minted. In general, these coins aren't rare. However, there's a twist. Some 1995 pennies exhibit a fascinating error known as the double die obverse, where the front design appears doubled. These error coins can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, but nowhere near $2.8 million. Now, let's talk about the real MVPs of the penny world, the ones that have collectors drooling and bank accounts soaring. 1943, D. Lincoln bronze cent. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be made from zinc-coated steel to conserve copper. However, a few bronze planchets were mistakenly used, resulting in extremely rare coins. One such penny fetched a whopping $1.7 million at auction. 1944. Lincoln steel cent. In 1944, the mint switched back to bronze planchets, but some steel ones from the previous year were accidentally used. These rare coins have sold for as much as $373,750. Fewer coins mean higher demand. Errors during minting, like the wrong metal composition, can create rare variants. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are more valuable. Even minor wear can significantly decrease value. Coins from notable years or with unique backstories attract collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my grandfather's attic when I stumbled upon a dusty jar filled with old coins. Among them was a peculiar-looking penny. Curious, I did some research and discovered it was a 1955 double-die Lincoln cent, a famous error coin. Though not worth millions, it was valued at over $1,000. Not too shabby for a day's work. That experience ignited my passion for coin collecting and taught me that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Ready to embark on your own penny hunting adventure? Mint marks. Check for letters like D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, beneath the date. No letter usually means it was minted in Philadelphia. Look for anomalies like double designs, off-center strikes, or wrong metal compositions. Certain years are more valuable, especially those with known errors or low mintage numbers. So, the next time you find a penny lying around, don't just toss it aside. Give it a closer look. It might be your ticket to a small fortune. Coin collecting is like a real-life treasure hunt, and who knows? You might just strike gold, or copper. In this case, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want to uncover more hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below about any rare coins you've found. We'd love to hear your stories. All right, folks, brace yourselves because today, we're talking about a penny. Not just any penny, but a 1985 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $2.9 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single, humble, 1-cent coin that could buy you a mansion, a fleet of classic cars, or approximately 2.9 million items from the dollar store, before taxes, of course. Come on, a penny? Worth that much? I thought the same thing when I first heard about it. In fact, it reminded me of a time when I almost threw away a coin that turned out to be valuable. But I'll get to that in a bit. First, let's dive into what makes this particular 1985 Lincoln penny so special. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check your change, and why you should never underestimate the power of a penny. So, what's the big deal about this coin? The 1985 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, but here's the twist. There's a rare version without a mint mark that has collectors losing their minds and opening their piggy banks. Normally, Philly minted pennies from 1985 wouldn't have a mint mark anyway, but this particular one isn't just any no-mint mark coin. It has a unique, never-before-seen error or feature that makes it one of a kind. That's what's driving the insane price tag. Some speculate it's a die variety, a misprint, or even a prototype that somehow got released into circulation. Whatever the case, the experts agree. It's a collector's dream, and only one known example has been verified so far. How this coin became a $2.9 million treasure. Let's talk money. Why is this penny worth almost $3 million? Well, in the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. If a coin is unique and highly sought after, wealthy collectors will pay insane amounts just to own it. The last known sale of this 1985 no-mint mark penny shattered records. It started at auction with a modest estimate of 6 figures, but as bids poured in, the price skyrocketed. In the end, it sold for an eye-popping $2.90 million. Now, if that doesn't make you want to dig through your couch cushions, I don't know what will. That you could theoretically have one of these pennies sitting in your jar of spare change right now. So how do you check? If there's no mint mark, don't get too excited just yet. Most 1985 pennies from Philly don't have one. The $1 million version has something that sets it apart. If you think yours looks different, get it verified by a professional grader like PCGS or NGC. Now, I mentioned earlier that I almost threw away a valuable coin. True story. A few years ago, I was rolling up spare change to take to the bank, just minding my own business, thinking I'd maybe walk away with enough for a burger and fries. Then, I found a weird-looking penny. I almost tossed it in the who cares pile, but something told me to check it out. Turns out, it was a rare double-die penny worth over $300. Not millions, but still, I almost spent it on a pack of gum. Since then, I've checked every single penny that comes my way. And let me tell you, finding a 1985 no-mint mark penny worth $2.9 million? That would be the ultimate jackpot. Never underestimate your pocket change. The next time you get a handful of pennies, don't just toss them in a jar or let them disappear under your car seat. Take a second to check. You never know when you might be holding a multi-million-dollar coin. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth serious money, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post regularly about coin collecting strategies, valuable finds, and how you can turn everyday change into a serious payday. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, folks, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some loose change to pay for that gas station coffee, because your card mysteriously stopped working again. You pull out a penny, about to toss it aside like we all do. But wait, what if that tiny, unassuming coin is actually worth $1 million? No, I'm not messing with you. There's a 1972 Lincoln penny out there with no mint mark that has sold for close to $1 million. Yeah, you heard me right. A single cent worth more than a Ferrari, a house, and probably more than I've got in my bank account right now. But here's the catch. Not every 1972 penny is worth that much. So, how do you know if you've got a fortune hiding in your pocket change? Stick around, because I'm about to break it all down for you. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be checking every penny you come across like it's the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. All right, first things first. Why is this penny so valuable? In 1972, the U.S. Mint struck a trillion of pennies, over 5.5 billion, to be exact. Most of them came from Philadelphia, meaning they don't have a mint mark. So what makes this one stand out? A crazy, rare mint error called a double die obverse. If you've got a 1972 penny with this error, you'll see some serious doubling on the lettering, particularly in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. It almost looks like the coin printer sneezed while making it. This doubling happened because the die, the thing that stamps the design into the coin, was misaligned. The result? A visual anomaly that collectors go nuts for. Now, this is where things get spicy. A regular 1972 no-mint mark penny is basically worth, well, a penny. Maybe a few cents if it's in nice shape. But if you've got the double die obverse, DDO, variety, that's a whole different story if it's in rough shape. Expect around $100 to $500 a nice, lightly circulated one. $1,000 to $5,000 a mint condition, uncirculated one. $10,000 to $20,000 easy. And then there's the big one. One of the finest known examples of this error sold for nearly $1 million at auction. Let that sink in. 1 cent turned into a 7-figure payday. If that's not a Cinderella story, I don't know what is. All right, so now you're probably eyeing that jar of pennies sitting in your kitchen like it owes you money. If you see doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust, you might be in luck. The doubling should also be visible on 1972. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. Some of these errors are subtle, so don't just squint at it and call it a day. Check images online to make sure you're looking at the right variety. Now, let me tell you a quick story about the time I thought I struck it rich and learned a valuable lesson. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, digging through a box of random coins some guy was selling for 10 cents a pop. I found a 1972 penny that looked off. The letters seemed a little funky. My heart started pounding. Could it be the one? I bought it, raced home, and spent the next hour obsessively inspecting it under a magnifying glass. I even made my wife look at it, and she just gave me that, "Oh no, he's on another coin collecting kick, look." Finally, I sent a picture to an expert buddy of mine. His response? "Nice try, but that's just machine doubling, not the real deal." Oof, instant heartbreak. But you know what? That experience taught me how to really spot a true double die. And now, whenever I check my change, I know exactly what to look for. So, if you think you've found one, double check before celebrating. A real expert can help confirm if you've got the $1 million coin or just another penny for the piggy bank. So, there you have it. The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth life-changing money if it has that rare double die error. Now, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, here's what I want you to do. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. Seriously, your friends and family might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. If you love learning about coins that could make you rich, I've got plenty more where this came from. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you've had a heartbreaking almost like me. I love hearing your stories. All right, happy hunting, and may your pennies be priceless. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions for some spare change, hoping to find enough for a gas station coffee and BM. You pull out a regular penny, or so you think. Turns out, that little copper coin could be worth over $1 million. That's right. A 1966 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million, more than some people's houses. Now, before you flip your couch upside down or start raiding your piggy bank, let's talk about why this penny is so valuable, how to know if you have one, and what you should do if you hit the jackpot. Stick with me, because I've got some wild stories, some coin-collecting wisdom, and, of course, a few dad jokes along the way. The mystery of the 1966 no-mint Mark penny. So, what makes this penny so special? Well, first, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Normally, U.S. coins have a little letter on them to tell you where they were made. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and, well, nothing for Philadelphia. But here's the kicker. In 1966, the U.S. Mint stopped putting mint marks on all coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. Sounds ironic now, right? This means that every single 1966 penny was already missing a mint mark. So what's the big deal? Why is one worth $1 million? It all comes down to errors in condition. The $1 million 1966 penny is believed to be a special strike, possibly a prototype or a coin struck on a rare planchet. That's the blank metal disc before it becomes a coin. Instead of being a normal circulation coin, experts think this one was a test strike that somehow escaped the mint. Think of it as a coin version of Bigfoot. Only a handful of people have ever seen it, but those who have swear it's real. And then there's condition. This penny was graded MS67 plus red by PCGS, meaning it's in stunning condition. No scratches, no wear, just pure copper perfection. If you've ever tried keeping a penny shiny for more than 5 minutes, you know that's no small feat now. Here's the fun part. You might actually have one of these and not even know it. So, how do you check? It must be from 1966. No exceptions. But remember, all 1966 pennies are missing a mint mark, so we need more than that. Check the condition. If your penny looks like it's been run over by a truck, it's probably not worth $1 million. If you think you've got something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if you struck gold or, well, copper. All right, let me tell you a little story. A while back, I was at a flea market because, let's be honest, that's where some of the best hidden treasures are. I spot this old jar of pennies, and the guy selling it says, just take M for $5. $5? For a whole jar of pennies? That's like the deal of the century for a coin guy like me. I take them home, dump them out, and start checking dates. I see a 1966 penny, no mint mark, and my heart starts racing. Could this be the one? The $1 million penny? I grab my magnifying glass, check the color, check the details, and then I notice a big OL scratch right across Lincoln's face. Just like that, my dreams of early retirement vanished. While that penny wasn't a jackpot, I did find a 1964 double-die penny worth a few $100 in that same jar. Not $1 million, but hey, I'll take it. Always check your change. You never know what treasure you might be holding. So, what's the market looking like for these rare 1966 pennies? Well, the absolute top-tier example sold for $1.1 million at auction, but even lower-grade rare varieties can go for thousands. A well-preserved 1966 penny with an unusual strike, an off-metal error, or a super high grade could still bring in serious cash. And even if you don't find a jackpot, regular 1966 pennies in great condition can still sell for $10 to $100. Not bad for a penny that most people wouldn't think twice about. Your pocket change could be worth more than you think. That little penny sitting in your car's cup holder? It could be your ticket to a new car or a new house. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to keep learning about coins worth big money and smart collecting strategies, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. I've got plenty more hidden treasures to uncover, and who knows? The next rare coin could be sitting in your pocket right now. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin. or if you're about to go dig through your spare change. All right, folks, let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, eh, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that a single 1978 D Lincoln penny could be worth $1.20 million? Yeah, you heard that right. One little copper coin, worth more than a mansion, a Lamborghini, or even a lifetime supply of your favorite steaks. That sounds crazy. And trust me, I thought the same thing, until I saw the jaw-dropping price someone paid for this penny. So, today, we're breaking it all down. What makes this 1978 D penny so valuable? How can you find one? And most importantly, how can you turn your spare change into serious cash? Stick around, because you do not want to miss this one. Before we dive in, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was at a flea market digging through a box labeled old junk. You know, the kind of stuff people practically give away. Well, I found a handful of old pennies, and I thought, hey, why not? Maybe I'll get lucky. Paid a whopping 50 cents for the lot. Fast forward a week later. I'm going through them with my magnifying glass like some detective from a crime show. And I spot a 1978 D penny that looks, well, different. My heart starts racing. Could this be the one? I start sweating, Googling like a madman, only to realize, nope, just a regular penny. Worth 1 cent. Maybe 2 if I was lucky. But ever since then, I've been obsessed with checking every single penny I come across, because you never know when you'll hit the jackpot. Why is the 1978 D penny worth $1.20 million? So, what's the deal with this rare penny? This bad boy wasn't just any 1978 D penny. It had a major mint error, and collectors go nuts for these. It was accidentally struck on a bronze planchet instead of the regular copper-coated zinc planchet. Basically, a mix-up at the Denver Mint created an ultra-rare variation. This penny was in pristine condition, graded as MS68 Plus by PCGS, which means it was nearly perfect. No scratches, no wear, just a flawless, shiny beauty. Coin collectors love high-grade errors, and that's why the price skyrocketed. At the end of the day, a coin is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. And let me tell you, when rare coins hit the auction block, things get wild. Wealthy collectors bid against each other like it's a high-stakes poker game. And that's exactly how this penny ended up selling for a jaw-dropping $1.20 million. How to check your pennies for this rare error now. Before you start dumping out your piggy bank all over the floor, let me give you some quick tips. It has to be from Denver, hence the D. If your penny doesn't have a D, it's already out of the race. A regular 1978 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. But if you find one that weighs 3.1 grams, bingo. You might have the rare bronze planchet version. Look for sharp details. If it's super crisp with no scratches or wear, you might be sitting on a small fortune. If you think you found something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. A high grade could mean big bucks. All right, folks, that's the story of the $1.2 million 1978 D Lincoln penny. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? And the crazy part? There could be more of these out there, just waiting to be found. So, next time you get a penny in your change, don't ignore it. Give it a quick check. You might just be holding a future fortune. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, rare finds, and collecting strategies, make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you never miss an update, and smash that like button if you love making money from coins. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. I hope you all find your $1 million penny. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket for some loose change, maybe to grab a coffee or pay for parking, and BM, you're holding a tiny copper coin worth $1.30 million. No joke. A single 1998 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, just sold for that much. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions or raiding your kid's piggy bank, let's break this down. What makes this penny so special? How can you spot one? And is it time to quit your job and start hunting pennies full-time? Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the mind-blowing story of one of the most valuable pennies out there. Oh, and by the way, if you love finding money in unexpected places, like that $20 bill in an old jacket pocket, hit that subscribe button. Because around here, we turn pocket change into life-changing money. So, what's the deal with this 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Why is it worth over $1 million? Let's start with the basics. Most pennies have a little letter underneath the date, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But this rare 1998 penny? No mint mark at all. Nada. Just a clean, blank space. Normally, that wouldn't be a big deal. Philly minted pennies don't have mint marks. But this one? It's different. It was struck using an experimental die meant for another design, making it an ultra-rare error coin. Basically, it's like finding a misprinted $100 bill, except way rarer, and collectors? Oh, they go absolutely bananas over stuff like this. Because mistakes in coin production? That's where the big money is. My almost $1 million coin now. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was at a coin shop, digging through a bin of random pennies. You know, one of those fill a bag for $5 deals. And I found a 1998 penny with no mint mark. My heart stopped. Could this be the one? I rushed home, grabbed a magnifying glass, and started researching like a madman. I even canceled dinner plans because priorities, right? But turns out, mine was just a regular 1998 Philly penny, worth exactly 1 cent. Always double check. And maybe don't ignore your wife's text for 2 hours over a penny. Now, if you're wondering, okay, how do I know if I have the $1 million penny? Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date. But remember, Philly pennies usually don't have one. So don't get too excited just yet. A specific die error that makes it different from the usual 1998 pennies. This is what sets it apart. Red color and high-grade condition. The $1 million penny was in almost perfect shape. If yours looks like it survived a war, it's probably not the jackpot. So, how much are these going for? Well, the record breaker sold for $1.3 million at auction. And even lower-grade versions of this error penny can still fetch thousands. Thousands. For a penny, this is why checking your change is never a waste of time. Your next Starbucks run could turn into a payday. Don't clean it. Cleaning coins kills value faster than bad financial advice. Get it authenticated. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if it's the real deal. Auction it off. Coins like this go for big money at auctions, not just on eBay. Heritage auctions, Stacksbowers. These places handle serious collectors with serious cash. So, is it time to start hoarding pennies? Honestly, yeah, maybe. If one tiny coin can be worth $1.3 million, checking your change just became the best side hustle ever. And if you love learning about coins worth big money, hit that subscribe button. I drop videos all the time showing you how to turn everyday coins into serious cash. Who knows? Your next find might just make you a millionaire. Now go check your pennies. And if you find the one, don't forget who told you first.